Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Imagine live from the dojo, chapter 286. Jammed packed show here for you this evening. We have two of the Weight Championship title. I'm talking about one half of the Imagine Tanner Xavier Deuce. We're going to hear from the Enigma Lucio DeVere and much more. Plus, in a matchup that may be the very last time for you to see an Farewell Tour. Also, a huge tag matchup as Direwolf to take on the team of the his partner, the man they call the Battle submission from the big star Dave Daniels for your viewing display.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. Imagine Live, chapter 286. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Mike Zeke, accompanied by my co-host and tag team partner at the announce desk, Jimmy the High Flying Hippie. Jimmy, how are you tonight, my friend?
Doing excellent. Chapter 286. I am the Guru of Woohoo, back here right on YouTube. Please take a second, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Stay up on all things Imagine Wrestling here on YouTube.
Share this show with all your friends and family. Let them know what you are doing on 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night and hanging out with us here on Imagine Live. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show tonight. We're going to have some information on our next volume show, our 7-year anniversary show, March 21st. We'll have some information on that coming up later in the show. But you guys didn't come here to listen to us talk. You came here for some action. So why don't we send up to DC Bentley for the first match of the evening? DC, take it away, baby.
All right, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jimmy. The following contest is a tag team rules match and has a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, they are the team of one man hailing from the other side of the tracks, the other from the Pleistocene era. One man's a lowlife, the other man's just trying to get his first victory. I'm talking about James Rivers and Dire Wolf. All right, how? Gentlemen, great to see you. Obviously, not exactly the result that you would have hoped for on Saturday night. Dire Wolf, I'd like to ask you, what can you change to get a different result here this evening?
You know, obviously I was a little disappointed after Saturday. I didn't get the better of Magnus Knox. And so I came here to learn from a real man's champion. I came here to learn from the very best, Mr. James Rivers, because I've been told by Imagine Management that if I don't start bringing in the wins here, you might not be hearing me howl every single week. So, for everybody watching at home, Mr. Overbeck included, I want to get this win for you. I want to get this win for you, James. I want to smear the deer, and I want to take Jake Wiley down for good.
All right, James, the Imagine Live championship title was not on the line, but you walked out of there the victor nonetheless on Saturday. What do you have to say moving forward?
First, I do want to touch on tonight. Dire Wolf, you picked a great partner. As Chris Coleman and Braden Elliott have touched on in the past, we're all rooting for you. We all believe in you, and we all want to help you get that first win. Tonight, in tag team action, the lowlife James Rivers and the Dire Wolf go toe-to-toe with Jake Wiley and with Magnus Knox. Now, just a few weeks back, this Imagine Live championship was in the possession of one Magnus Knox, and I beat him. Back when I was first starting out, my first tag team championship win, I won that championship off of Jake Wiley. My first Central Pennsylvania championship, I won that championship off of Jake Wiley. I have a history of beating these two fools, and after tonight, the Dire Wolf is also going to have a history of beating these two fools for the first time tonight. But you asked about Saturday, and this past Saturday, February 21st, it was Rubio Bell and it was James Rivers in a nice friendly competition. He took me to places I didn't think he was going to be able to take me. I underestimated the kid, but he put up a fight and he earned some respect. And at the end of that match, after I pinned him 1, 2, 3, after a back and forth contest, I extended a hand of gratitude, a hand of respect. And what did he do? He stared at that hand, and then he smacked the taste out of my mouth. So last Saturday, there was some respect in that match. But March 21st, I'm going toe-to-toe with Rubio Bell for a second time, and there's not an ounce of respect there because I'm a lowlife, baby, and you've taken me to a place I don't like to go, but for you, I will do it gladly.
All right, gentlemen, best of luck to you this evening. And now I'd like to bring out their opponents. One man is from the last house on the left. The other man is from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. One man happens to be your current Central Pennsylvania champion. The other man happens to be the Battle Buck. This is the team of The Shape, Jake Wiley and Magnus Knox. All right. Well, first, Magnus, I'd like to congratulate you on an impressive victory on Saturday night.
Impressive is an understatement. I called myself a bully. I called myself Battle Buck. You know what I did? I bullied Dire Wolf in the center of that ring. I battled with my heart, and I absolutely annihilated Dire Wolf. He had no chance at winning. And to know, Dire Wolf, that's the thing. You never could, you never can, you never will be able to beat me. Not only can you not beat me, you'll never beat anyone. But as for tonight, I know it's going to be easy, just as easy as it was Saturday, because I'm in good hands. I've worked with Jake Wiley before, and I say myself, I trust this man.
Why wouldn't you be able to trust me? I'm the most trustful person on the roster. Braden, should have trusted me because Braden knows I don't break promises. Now, you two over there, first off, James, how's your dad? And Wolfie, how many times do we have to beat the ever-loving tar out of you? We'll just add tonight as another notch on the bedpost.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around because we've got Bucks, Shapes, Wolves, and Lowlives right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with your first match of the evening, and it just so happens to be a tag team match, Jimmy.
It is. It's going to be the Dire Wolf and the lowlife James Rivers versus the Battle Buck Magnus Knox and the Shape Jake Wiley. We got a tight lockup here.
Yeah,
the
Shape's
Battle
a Saturday,
Buck
man.
and the Dire Wolf, and that's not the only patchy fur in the ring. Your referee's going to be John Williams. Side headlock there by Magnus Knox.
Looks like he's got his mask just turned around just ever so slightly there. Magnus Knox pulling on the fur, as you said.
Is that a Fur Pull Wednesday?
Yeah, already out of the gate, less than 30 seconds in. Whoa! Big trip from Dire Wolf.
A lot of back and forth. Dire Wolf looking for that chin lock. You know, Mike Zeke, if you control the head, you control the fight. And with a Slippery Rock University ranked wrestler Magnus Knox, you better control that head, you better control the fight.
Yeah, whoa.
Big old school double hip toss.
Hey, double elbow drop. There we go.
James Rivers not nonchalant on that cover, just wise to keep his eye on Jake Wiley there. You see him pivot around on that chin lock. Very, very wise is this James River. Might be the wisest on the roster,
man.
given his years in the game.
100%. Big missile drop kick from the second rope. Just a 1 count.
James Rivers, the unlikely high flyer. Shades of beautiful Bobby Eaton here with James Rivers as he tags in the Dire Wolf, looking for his first victory here, Mike Zeke.
He was close to it this past Saturday, man. Big suplex from Dire Wolf.
The Dire Wolf better watch he don't get mange from referee John Williams. He applies that side headlock, referee right in there.
You got it less than 3 inches away is how you catch that, from what I understand. Oh, come on! Behind the referee's back!
Magnus Knox takes the elbow, takes exception with the referee, and Jake Wiley
Oh, my God.
seizes the opportunity. There's that guillotine forearm to the back of the neck.
Ooh.
Now we're going to see the striking of Magnus Knox. We've talked about his wrestling, but he's become one of the best strikers on this roster, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, man, he's just mugging Dire Wolf right now, having his way with him. And now in comes your Central Pennsylvania champion, the Shape, Jake Wiley, who says he's the most trustworthy superstar in Imagine Wrestling. Do you believe that?
Not at all.
Yeah.
He's the hardest to read on this roster. Double fists to the gut, double fists to the face, and a snap mare. Jake Wiley all over the Dire Wolf. There's a 12-6 elbow right to the dome,
Jesus.
right to the scalp.
Yeah, only legal in professional wrestling. It's not legal in MMA. It's outlawed. Good Lord.
Rips him right over with another short snap.
Oh, punched him right in the snout, Jimmy.
Referee John Williams all over him for that closed hand, as he should be. Jake
James
Wiley.
Rivers telling him it's not very trustable of him. 2 counts as referee John Williams.
As Jake Wiley stands over a prone Dire Wolf here. Great shot by our camera crew. Unlikely tag team here of the Battle Buck, Magnus Knox and Jake Wiley, but 2 of the most capable members
Lord,
of this
Jimmy.
roster.
Got that nerve hold on Dire Wolf. Dire Wolf is close to the ropes, but that nerve hold, man, he can't move. His entire right side is incapacitated. He's trying to just move around and trying to create some sort of separation. Jake Wiley firmly got hold of the mask. Again, here we go.
A clear game plan here as that mask has come into play 3 times already.
Oh, my God. Is that a way of them using their environment to their advantage?
I suppose so. Magnus Knox, very capable in that ring already. I'm not sure he needs to resort to that. Look at the violence of Magnus Knox here.
He has hit another gear. In the last few months, the Battle Buck has hit a completely different gear here. More mean, he's nastier, no remorse for his opponents, just ready to try anybody, and wants people to step up to him and show that they can, hang in there with the Battle Buck.
Probably in the best shape of his life, too, as he mugs and poses for the camera.
Oh, my God.
Open shot. No respect for the dire wolf here from Battle Buck. Must be higher on the food chain than a dire wolf, at least in his mind. Speaking of food chain, Mike Zeke, Jake Wiley's been known to bite in there recently. We haven't seen that come into play yet this match. Hard
I'm
turnbuckle.
surprised I've seen him pull the mask more than once and not bite somebody at all. Oh, a clean separation. How about that? Oh!
Perhaps a lapse in judgment there from Jake Wiley.
Oh, duck under! Jake right there got Direwolf. Stopped him short, puts him right back into his neutral corner.
Jake Wiley gets a hold of that trapezius and stops at Direwolf just short of that tag, and then tags himself. Battle Buck Magnus Knox back legal.
A vertical suplex towards James Rivers. Almost a toy with Direwolf and James Rivers.
And then almost punishes him for reaching for that tag, really laying those strikes on him.
You may think that that's unorthodox that he would throw him into his other corner, but Battle Buck is very much playing and toying with his prey right now. Oh, I don't know about toying now!
Toe of the boot right to the side of the face. Oh, there's a tag.
Wait a minute, what's going on the outside now? Okay, I guess he got the tag. Jake Wiley tried to play spoiler, tried to pull James Rivers off of the apron.
James Ross will not have his momentum cease that quickly as we see a big swinging neck breaker. James Rivers, absolutely on fire here. Now he's going upstairs, Mike Zeke. I mentioned earlier, shades of Bobby Eaton. You're going to see it right here out of this kid.
What a frog splash, Jimmy! Is that enough? 2! Oh, Battle Buck in to break up the pin.
The strikes of Magnus Knox come back into play here. The AAU ranked wrestler, Battle Buck, gets thrown out of the ring. James Rivers, the handful of Jake Wiley here, back into their corner. Now they're going to cut off the ring, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, now they're firmly in control into this matchup here. Jake Wiley being shot off.
Oh, some double team offense.
Oh, hey! Oh, my God!
Jake Wiley bit the direwolf to get out of that.
No, my God, Jimmy!
Feigned the neck breaker, hits him right in the brainstem, and secures a victory. Your winners, the Battle Buck Magnus Knox and the Shape Jake Wiley.
Wow. Things certainly broke down very, very quickly there at the end. I know there was a slight confusion there, but James Rivers got the tag, came in a house of fire, man, and then Direwolf just pulling that middle rope. Can we get somebody to check on James Rivers, please? I mean, he took a really hard tumble to the outside, hit his face off the podium out here. Referee, can we get somebody to check on him, please? Jeez. Back here at the desk, Mike Zeke, Jimmy the Hippie. What a way to start off Chapter 286 here, folks. Jeez.
Absolutely. What a war we just witnessed. The Shape Jake Wiley, as unpredictable as ever. Him and Magnus Knox pick up the victory, Mike Zeke.
Looks like we're getting James Rivers out of here. He's moving on his own 2 feet, so he took a really nasty fall to the outside here. But with that, let's regroup here and let's send it over to DC Bentley for some interviews. DC.
All right, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jimmy. And be sure, ladies and gentlemen of the imagination, to stick around for our announcement regarding those tickets for March the 21st. So don't go anywhere. We got an announcement on those. But I'd like to bring in somebody that I have a deep deal of reverence and respect for, somebody who walked into the Juniata Civics Association a champion and walked out a double champ. I'm talking about all that Braden Elliott, your current Imagine heavyweight champion, but also one half of your current Imagine tag team champions once again, let me add. But I don't know if you had an opportunity to listen in on what the maniacal and sadistic Jake Wiley had to say, but still has questions on why you didn't trust him, Braden. What do you have to say in response to that?
Jake, we've been down this road before, and I'll tell you, I've told you once and I'll tell you again. I will never choose you as my tag team partner ever again because I cannot trust you. And I promise you that I will never. But now on to some other things, other business that we have to attend to. You said it, double champ. Wasn't expecting it, and I still can't believe that it's happening. So I already had a target on my back as the heavyweight champ. When I walked in here every week, I could feel everybody staring. I could feel that everybody wanted a shot. Now I know that there's 2 targets on my back. But everybody in this building, everybody on this roster should know by now, whether it's a tag team title or the heavyweight title, I'm Braden Elliott, and I won't back down.
All right, thank you, Braden Elliott. His tag team partner, obviously, Heath Slater. They're working on a tag team name. They're not sure if it's going to be the Rad Dads or the Dad Bods or the Rad Bods. They'll figure something out, though. But another guy who, unfortunately, had a good outing on Saturday. I'm talking about the big star Dave Daniels. Made it his personal business to submit yet another video for you to view. So take it away.
Imagination, it's me, the big asshole. Yeah, that's what Kato called me this past Saturday night, and he did it on a family-friendly show nonetheless. But hey, Kato, there is one thing that you did say that you got right, and that's sure. I have spent this past month doing everything possible to get your attention. And now I know I have your attention. Yeah, you want to come out afterwards and you want to raise the hand of a loser? Well, it takes a loser to know one. And Xavier Deuce, I'll give you credit, kid. You gave me a hell of a fight. I'm sure you threw everything you had at me. But let's be real. Everybody knew what the outcome was going to be. I was going to win. So now we can finally move on to you, Kato. I mean, it's always been about you. This little roadblock you tried to throw in my way, it didn't work. No, it didn't. Because you see, I have waited 20 plus years for this. Yeah, on March 21st, it's going to be your day of reckoning, Kato. And along the way, you're going to have to face your past. You're going to have to face the present. And I, the big star, I'm going to be the one who determines your future.
Well, there you have the rather crass words of the big star Dave Daniels, a man who walked into the Juniata Civics Association Pavilion with an agenda, and that was to get the attention of our chief executive officer here at Imagine Wrestling, Kato. I think it may be semi-apparent at this point that he has gotten Kato's attention, but I think what really did it was that ongoing attack on extraordinary Xavier Deuce after the match was already won by the big star Dave Daniels. He continued his assault. I'd like to bring in a man right now to get his thoughts on why exactly the big star now has his attention. I'm talking about Kato. Kato, great to see you as always. You had to put up with the ongoing verbal and, in some cases, physical assaults by the big star here at Imagine live from the dojo. Now his antics bled over into the Juniata Civics Association Pavilion, where he actually did get your attention. What do you have to say in response to his latest message to you?
You know, he does have my attention. I've thought about this for a while. Yesterday I took a trip to Luthersburg and I visited with a friend, Darren Overbeck. I hope you're watching right now. You know I love you, buddy. Darren's on hospice, and we talked a lot about wrestling yesterday. He told me some of his favorites. You know, he loves the classic rockers. He loves Braden Elliott. Xavier Deuce. He badly wants to see Direwolf get his first win. James Rivers. He loves all these guys. And he told me a few guys that he didn't love. One of the guys who went upstate, so to speak, is Mason Lawrence. He really doesn't like Mason Lawrence. And the other guy that he mentioned was you, Dave Daniels. He doesn't like you. Well, Darren, you're not alone. There's a lot of guys in this roster that don't like Dave Daniels. So come March 21st, I have no choice. I didn't want to fight Dave Daniels. I didn't want to wrestle Dave Daniels. I certainly didn't want to be in the same building as Dave Daniels. But now, last Saturday night, I said I would. And I am, if nothing else, a man of my word. You've said in the weeks past, I'm soft. I'm not the same Cato of old. You're right. That guy is not here now. This guy right here, he's a little soft, a little older, a little wiser. But I'm telling you right now, on March 21st, the Cato of old is coming back, and I'm going to beat your ass.
All right. A little older, a little wiser, a little grayer, some wrinkles. A little bit, we're all getting older. That's the point. But I'll tell you what, I think at this point, the big star has bitten off more than he can chew because he got all Cato's attention. Jimmy and Mike, back to you.
Thank you, DC. Yeah. Big star Dave Daniels is going to have his hands full with Cato on our anniversary show, man.
The Cato of old, what's that mean, Mike Zeke? Does that mean he's going to bring back the barbed wire bat? Maybe light the table on fire? I know someone that's lighting things on fire, and that's me, Mike Zeke. When it comes to tie-dye sales, check out my company, Flying Hippie Tie-Dye. Hit me up on Facebook on my tie-dye page, Flying Hippie Tie-Dye, or me personally. Place your order. Hit me up at any Imagine Wrestling live event. I will be announcing some retail locations here in the upcoming weeks where you can also purchase Flying Hippie Tie-Dye. So we'll have that announcement coming up. I thank Imagine Wrestling for this time.
How about that? Getting Flying Hippie local.
How about it?
And not just on Saturday shows. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Imagine Wrestling for this time to tell you about the podcast. Myself, my good buddy DC Bentley started the Bet and Mike podcast. Episode 36 is live now. We're going to shoot episode 37 tonight. I know it's February, but it's our year-end Bet and Mike podcast awards. So I'm looking forward to this one. So make sure you check us out on Spotify. Give us a like, share with your fans, your family, your friends, your fams. Comment, like, subscribe, all those good things. Thank you Imagine Nation for this time. And now, speaking of my good buddy DC Bentley, why don't we send him to the ring now? Oh, yeah, March 21st. How could I forget? We've been talking and teasing it all week, all night. Ladies and gentlemen, tickets for the 7-year anniversary show, Volume 73, will go on sale this weekend. So make sure you keep an eye on the Facebook page. Get your bell notifications on all of our socials. The moment those tickets go live, get your tickets, get your VIP tickets. Do not wait. The anniversary shows are always insane. We got already Dave Daniels versus Cato. We got that. I know there's a slight discussion on what you're potentially doing. But, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this show.
Yeah, March 21st, back here on the home turf. Imagine Wrestling 7-year anniversary. Join the party. Get your tickets this weekend. Check the website for details.
Now, let's send it to my good buddy DC Bentley for the final match of the evening. DC?
All right, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Jimmy. The following contest is your main event for Imagine Live from the Dojo, Chapter 286, and is part of the rocker Chris Sands farewell tour. Introducing first, none other than the man himself, the rocker Chris Sands. Oh, that's unusual wrestling attire you have on this afternoon.
I won't be wrestling tonight, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But what I do want to discuss right now is March 21st, and more specifically last Saturday. Last Saturday, me and you, Jimmy the Hippie, lost our titles, and I challenged you to my last match. And we hugged and we made the sign of respect and everything in the ring on Saturday. But you never gave me an answer. Jimmy, we talked many years about how you've been my mentor and how you've taken me as far as you can. Please, for me, be my last match. Jimmy, what do you say?
We're going to do it like this, huh? All right. Well, I appreciate your tenacity, Chris Sands. The kid who grew up watching me grew up to do it alongside me. Now wants to do it one last time against me. You got some balls, my friend. Me? I don't have a lot to prove. But I have to keep working here. For better or for worse, this place is my livelihood. There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons to our situation, Chris Sands. So for now, that's my answer.
He needs a little persuading. I'll talk to him later. We all know that. But as for me wrestling tonight, a little bit under the weather, as you can tell. In Malachi Gage, you asked for a goodbye. It was something in your eyes just wasn't jiving. You'll get your goodbye, just not this week. As the plan that's up my sleeve and my replacement is my good buddy. Why don't we bring him out? Xavier Deuce? You still back there?
Oh, there he is. The extraordinary Xavier Deuce is going to be wrestling this match in the
I'll
Rocker.
talk to you later.
Thank you. In the Rocker Chris Sands stead. Xavier Deuce, your ears must have been burning. We were just speaking about your matchup with the big star Dave Daniels. Did not end quite the way you wanted to, but you have an opportunity here tonight to go one-on-one against the Sideshow Psycho, Malachi Gage.
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm sorry for I let everyone down this Saturday. My goal was to take him 6 feet in the grave, and sadly, it's not going to happen. But I know, yes, KO, I know you're going to kick him ass, and I'll be waiting for that. And until today, I will try my best to prove myself I belong here. And out of the Psycho Michael days, I'll be waiting for you. The why? The my future is coming on. It's coming on.
All right, thank you. Extraordinary Xavier Deuce, always carrying with him a positive attitude. But let's see if he can maintain that positivity through the next 20 minutes or so, because he's going to be facing this man, accompanied to the ring by his father, the Enigma Lucio DeVere. This is the Sideshow Psycho and Carney King, Malachi Gage. The old routine. I've grown accustomed. All right, well, Sideshow Psycho Malachi Gage has a match to get to. I'll get your thoughts before I go to him. What exactly is your explanation for losing the opportunity you had before you on Saturday?
First off, we got screwed over. Everyone saw how ridiculous it was. We did exactly what we said we were going to do, and we won the tag team titles back from the Classic Rockers. But then we did not only one, but two matches. Two matches. How many people could do that? And then on top of that, they tried to say It's a tag team title match against Braden and Heath Slater. When was that ever part of the plan? When was that announced? They just say that at the last second?
Did you sign a contract?
Never.
I didn't think so.
We never signed anything. So technically, legally, me and Malachi are still the Imagine Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Come on.
We never even signed anything. It's all legal. It's all legal. And then on top of that, it's all Jimmy the Hippie's fault that we didn't even win. Earlier in the night, he tried to intentionally injure me. This is supposed to be in the name of friendly competition, where the best man wins, which we did, and had our titles back and should still be the champions. But Jimmy doesn't understand that. No, he tried to injure me and put me on the shelf.
Why don't we have some friendly competition right now, Lucio DeVere? I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right now?
Right now.
You want to go right now?
Yeah.
Friendly competition, huh? Right now?
Have a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would.
He would.
I would, but I haven't even had time to properly stretch. You dickhead!
For real?
Jeez. Cussing. Well, what are your thoughts leading into this matchup? And try to keep it clean, will you?
Leading this match? Well, actually, I tell you what, I have something else on my mind. I heard Braden Elliott out there, the cute little double champion. Those belts probably weigh the same amount he does if I had to guess. And he was wondering, who is next in line for the heavyweight championship?
It's a good question.
Hey, it's a good question, and you can look no further than the Carney King. Braden knows it was always going to be me. He knew no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't avoid me forever. And now, on March the 21st, his fate is inevitable. He will lay down on the mat while I pin him for a 3 count, and I become a 2-time Imagine Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And in case he forgot how exactly I'm going to do that, he can watch my match tonight with extraordinary Xavier Deuce. And when I'm done, I want to see in those comments, I want to see 5 words. Long live the Carney King.
All right. Well, bold predictions and overconfidence culminate in action right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with your main event of the evening. Slight substitution here for the Rocky Chris Sands, who is under the weather.
Imagination.
Taking his place is extraordinary Xavier Deuce. And, of course, we've got father and son arguing with the referee.
And your referee looks like he smells like pee. That's going to be John Williams for this contest.
I think Lucio would donate his mohawk to John the Ref to complete the top.
You know, Lucio DeVere, I've been called worse, but probably not by worse. Lucio DeVere, some real choice words, real nice on a PG program, man.
Yeah. All right, finally, there's the bell.
Malachi Gates squaring off against the most extraordinary member of the Imagine roster. That's going to be Xavier Deuce. Tight collar and elbow up here. Xavier Deuce powers him to the ropes.
Relatively clean break. Malachi trying to go betweenst the ropes and get some separation.
You know, Xavier Deuce would love to wrestle a clean match here, but it's probably not going to happen, especially with one Lucio DeVere on the outside of the ring. You know, I could spend this whole match and turn it into my little comedy special on Lucio DeVere and really weaponize my words here, Mike.
Why don't you?
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what he's not, and I'm going to be a professional. We have a deep shoulder tackle, Xavier Deuce hard to the mat. I have a job to perform here, Mike Zeke, and unlike Lucio DeVere, I'm good at mine.
Up and over, Xavier Dukes. Oh! Japanese arm drag and a nippa! Firmly.
Very agile from the big man there, Xavier Deuce, right up to his feet.
Oh, big boot from Malachi Gage.
Malachi Gage looking for that Larry There's a shoulder tackle to answer the one from earlier.
Malachi, whoop. Nobody home. Oh, another big shoulder tackle from Xavier Deuce going for the cover.
Malachi Gage all leap, no frog there. Xavier Deuce applies a deep chin lock. Very smart to not let his man up off the mat. That's where you win a wrestling match, Mike Zeke,
Sure
on the
is.
ground.
Our heavyweight champion was out here earlier, said he's waiting for the next man to step up. Malachi Gage has answered the challenge. We're going to have to find out if it's official, if we're indeed going to see that matchup on March 21st. Make sure you pay attention to all of our socials. We got hair pulling Wednesday here. Malachi Gage just pulling the back of Xavier Deuce's hair here, getting him into the corner, taking the shortcut.
Better not mess those braids up. Mama Deuce will be angry as he drives that shoulder into the solar plexus of Xavier Deuce, and there's a right hand. That's a closed fist.
Yeah. Referee John Williams told him twice back-to-back to open those fists up. You could hear him from here.
Referee John Williams always with his hands full. We thank you always for tuning in here in Imagine Live from the dojo. The imagination turning out strong. See the usual suspects in the chat. This episode dedicated to Darren Overbeck. We have a reversal on the Irish whip here. Xavier Deuce puts Malachi Gage in hard and maybe a little European uppercut of his own.
Oh, yeah. We love you, Darren. Well wishes to you, buddy. Oh, Xavier Deuce looking for a scoop slam. Malachi Gage reverses. Swing and a miss. He's gone.
We're about to see something extraordinary there. Lucio DeVere comes into play, grabs the ankle of Xavier Deuce there. Xavier Deuce kicks him off, but it's a second too late.
Another underhanded tactic from the special attraction.
Now just pounding the side of the head of Xavier Deuce. Nothing fancy there.
That was my forearm. You're an idiot.
Now he's toying with Xavier Deuce. I mean, he had very clear words for our champion, expecting him to watch this matchup, so I imagine he's laying it on extra thick just for Braden.
He had very clear words for referee John Williams there, too. Malachi Gage and Lucio DeVere very outspoken with their language here tonight on a PG program. Way to go, guys. Real proud of you guys after we built this thing up. Bring all these people here Wednesday after Wednesday, and you try to filth it up with your language. Way to cheapen the deal.
Wow.
He's good.
Unbelievable.
Malachi Gage continues to run his mouth here. Great shot from our camera crew. Right out here in front of us. Big forearm to the chest. That's a legal strike.
It should be illegal. Right to the heart.
Full arm dragon twist in the corner. Malachi Gage looking for an Irish whip and gets it. Kick to the inside. Xavier Deuce goes down. Malachi Gage in firm control here, Mike Zeke.
He kicked him right in the guts.
This is Chris Sands' big replacement. How's he doing? Tell me in the comments how you think Xavier Deuce is doing right now.
Malachi Gage speaking to our live audience here. Tell him in the comments how they think Xavier Deuce is doing. And I think Xavier Deuce, being the extraordinary athlete that he is, just needs that small moment, that small window of opportunity we speak of, and he could turn this thing around, Mike Zeke. We'll watch Lucio DeVere making his way around the ring post here, stalking at ringside.
Xavier Deuce just trying to reach out for the ropes, couldn't get them in time. Malachi firmly in control, got him in the middle of the ring here.
Heavy elbow drop there. The viral violence of Malachi Gage on display here. Our hits just went up as soon as he hit the screen, Mike Zeke.
Yeah, the dually talented Malachi Gage. Not only is he physical in the ring and wrestling in the ring, he's also trying to communicate with the audience that's watching. So, pretty interesting. Another big right hand. Referee John Williams has got to keep. I hope he's keeping track of these open fists, or these closed fists, I should say.
That one was blatant closed fist right to the side of the face. Xavier Deuce laid out. Malachi Gage not going for a pin.
No, he's just toying with him. He's making a statement. Referee John Williams getting a little too close to the action.
Just heel stomp straight to the side of the head of Xavier Deuce. See here, Xavier Deuce writhing in pain as he tries to find his way to his feet, and he does.
I don't like this, Jimmy.
Xavier Deuce wisely using the ropes to try to stand up.
I don't know that he's ever heard the term live to fight another day. Because that kid doesn't quit. Oh! Up and over!
Sunset flip.
He got it! 1, 2! Just a 2 count for Xavier Deuce.
Classic wrestling move there, almost got it.
Unbelievable. Malachi held onto the leg, shot the half, got the half Boston crab here, single leg crab.
Single leg crab, all of a sudden this just became serious as Xavier Deuce almost snatched a victory there with a deep, deep sunset flip. Classic wrestling move comes into play and almost wins the match.
Big back elbow from Malachi Gage, slowing the pace down yet again.
Malachi Gage backs off to regroup here. Just shows you all Xavier Deuce needs is that one small moment, and he can lock this thing away. Malachi Gage had so much trouble getting out of that sunset flip. There ain't nothing Lucio DeVere can do in that moment. That's the type of move. That's the type of victory that Xavier Deuce needs to go after. That's the one that he needs to pursue. As he's fighting back, I don't know if I'd trade strikes with the Carney King, but there's no quit in Xavier Deuce, Mike Zeke.
He's trying to fight from underneath. Now back to a vertical base. Trading with your Carney King.
Xavier Deuce with square punches, both men right to each other's faces here.
Oh, he blocked it. 3 back-to-back for Malachi Gage. Whoa, big clothesline. There's another one from Xavier Deuce.
Xavier Deuce outstriking the Carney King here.
There
Can you believe that?
Swing and a miss. Drop kick.
Xavier Deuce all fired up here. He's headbutting the mat, Mike Zeke. He's ready to go. I do not envy Malachi Gage.
Don't want to knock himself out. Malachi shoves him off into the corner. Big back elbow from Xavier Deuce, who's going to the second rope. Big cross body. Is that enough? 1, 2. Oh,
beautiful.
2.99, Jimmy. Damn.
Beautiful form on that plancha-style crossbody. Xavier Deuce takes to the skies and almost secures a victory here on Imagine Live from the dojo. What a war, Mike Zeke.
He's firing himself up. He's ready to go. Lucio DeVere's on the outside, got that boo-boo face. Malachi Gage is in trouble. Speaking of boo-boo face, why is he getting on the ropes now?
No one has the fighting spirit of Xavier Deuce.
Oh, come on!
That was filthy.
Blatant! Oh, my God, there's that lariat!
Folded him up.
Unbelievable.
Your winner, Malachi.
Oh, come on, guys! That's enough! The match is over! Come on! Classic Rockers are in! Special attraction goes hightailing. Good Lord. What's going to happen here?